Drinking buddies. Oh, I didn't see you there. What's this I'm drinking? It's probably just grenadine. It's not blood. It's fine. It's just grenadine. Well, what are we here for? We're here for the Monster Smash 2021 challenge. And we're here to smash it.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies. So in order to complete the Monster Smash 2021 challenge, we need to first include an herb, second include muddled fruit, third include a spooky garnish, and fourth, we need to make sure we hashtag it with Monster Smash 2021 challenge. Where did this challenge come from? Rob's Home Bar. If you're not subscribed to his channel, please go check out his channel. Another channel that I know is connected to this is 60 Second Cocktails. So please go subscribe to their channel. And if there are any others that I'm missing, I will go ahead and add them to the description. But first, we're gonna prepare our garnish. And in my cocktail shaker, I have added some ice. And we're going to simply add 1/3 of an ounce of Sweet Vermouth. Sounds like not very much, but I have a very specific reason for using such a small amount. And this cocktail is going to be the Poisoned Apple Manhattan, and it is going to be delicious. But first, you need to shake a little bit of Sweet Vermouth. We are going to pour that right back in. Just dilute it a little bit. But we have our nice chilled Sweet Vermouth. We're gonna take a syringe. We have our Sweet Vermouth on the side. That's our garnish. Let's make our cocktail. All right, drinking buddies. So I went ahead and dumped out the ice, but as you can see, there's still a little bit of watered down vermouth in the bottom here, and I don't think that's a problem. It's gonna help us muddle. I'm gonna add about half of a Honeycrisp apple, and we're going to add some rosemary. As you guys know, I love fresh rosemary. I'm a big fan of it. We are going to do 1 whole sprig of fresh rosemary. We want to get a lot of rosemary flavor in this. And we're going to add it 1 more. So it's 2 sprigs of rosemary. As you guys know, this is one of my favorite herbs. Love to add it to things. Basil was my first choice, and I actually think that with the ingredients that I'm using, that rosemary is going to complement them better. All right, let's just throw it all in there. Now we're gonna muddle. So I'll probably cut most of this, but I would say muddle until you can't muddle no more. All right, drinking buddy, so I have the consistency of almost applesauce here. And I was trying to decide which whiskey I wanted to use for this. And first I was thinking rye, but the truth is I really feel like bourbon is gonna complement the apple flavor better. So I decided to go with a bourbon, and I was really tempted to use this Weller Special Reserve, but I feel like I might get heat in the comments for how hard that is to find. So I'm just gonna say use a bourbon of your choice around 90 to 95 proof. And I'm gonna go ahead and use this Kirkland Small Batch. It's a decent mixer, it's a pretty good sipper, but you know, use a bourbon around 90 proof. So your Buffalo Trace would work, your Woodford Reserve would work, just something around 90 proof. And I'm gonna go 2 full ounces. Next up, we need to make this thing really shine. Since this is like a fancy Halloween cocktail. So I really feel like we need some gold edible cake luster dust. I'm just gonna cover the end of my pinky with edible cake luster dust here. Dump it on in my cocktail shaker. You know, I'm gonna do one more. I want it to really shine. This stuff goes a long way, by the way. I've had this for almost a year. All right. Now that we have our cocktail complete in here, I'm gonna go ahead and shake it and retrieve our chilled glass from the freezer. And I'm gonna shake it a little longer than I normally would because we really wanna get some of that rosemary flavor as well as the apple flavors really infusing in this bourbon. We'll be back. All right, drinking buddies, so we're gonna go ahead and add in our creepy garnish, which is this syringe. And then we're gonna go ahead and pour our cocktail right on in, but we need to definitely double strain this bad boy because there's a lot of pulp in here. In fact, I'm gonna take our garnish out while we double strain this. There's so much pulp in here, it's actually getting clogged. All right, well, we ended up with an ice cube in here, but no pulp, ironically. And it has a nice sheen to it, but that's only gonna get better once we add in our garnish and we pump in our sweet vermouth. And as you add that in, you can see that gold shimmer. We have the poisoned apple Manhattan. All right, I will freely admit that this ended up being a little bit more of a mess than I thought it would be, but this is really good. So the first two flavors you get are apple and rosemary, and I am very pleased with that. It's got a actually like fairly syrupy texture to it from the apple juice mixing with the bourbon, I guess. But it's silky over the tongue and kind of thick in viscosity. Maybe the little bit of the like oils from the rosemary are causing that effect. You know, a lot of the cocktails I make on here I really like, and so I give them really high reviews because I really like them. But the truth is, this might be the best cocktail I've made in like 6 months. This is really good. This is ridiculously good. I highly recommend you guys try this one at home. So to clarify, you know, we made the sweet vermouth on the side, but if you didn't want to, you know, go this crazy route with the syringe, you could just add that 1/3 ounce of sweet vermouth to the recipe when you shake it. So muddle your apple and rosemary, add your sweet vermouth, add your bourbon, shake, pour in here. Delicious. Now I opted not to use bitters in this because I didn't know if I would need them. So my plan was, if I made it and I didn't think it was excellent, I was gonna remake it with bitters. But the truth is, I don't think I need them in here. And we added some other extra flavors that you wouldn't normally have in a Manhattan, including the apple and the rosemary. So I don't feel like bitters are gonna bring anything really extra to the table, and they might just drown out our wonderful apple and rosemary flavors. But this poisoned apple Manhattan is something that whiskey lovers, rosemary lovers, cocktail lovers out there should really try. And I wanna thank Rob's Home Bar, and I wanna thank 60 Second Cocktails, and I don't think there's any other channels attached to this, but if there is, I want to thank them too. Monster Smash 2021. Cheers, drinking buddies, and happy Halloween.